morning. Congratulations and welcome to 2023. Today is Tuesday, Takeaway Tuesday with Northern Stamper. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad you're able to make it. Comment below if you're here and if you make a New Year's resolution for this coming year. Mine is to craft more. Why not? That's something I know I can do. Hey, like my bobbleheads? Anyways, thank you for joining me. I have got a whole month filled with great ideas using the Framed Florets bundle, which is a stamp set and a die. They are fantastic. My name is Tina Kvergich, and I am known as Northern Stamper. I am located just east of Toronto in a small town named Ajax, and I'm so glad that you're able to join me. Anyways, so comment below if you're here. I know it's early in the day, and some people may not have already checked out. Let's check it out. Here we go. If you have any questions, drop them below. I'd be happy to answer them. So today we are making a card using the Frame Florets. And I love this because you can color in these great images. And that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be using my Stampin' Blends. Now you can use markers or pencil crayons. You can use crayons. You can use whatever you like. You can even paint them if you want. But I love Stampin' Blends. They are my number one item to purchase in any new catalog that comes out. And I love the colors. These are alcohol blend markers, which means that you have a dark and a light, so you can kind of do some shading. And I'm going to show you this year on how to use multiple colors using to color images and stuff like that. My number one favorite, Stampin' Blends. Love them. The Frame Florets is great for that. So this is found actually in you can get it in the mini catalog. And if you don't have a catalog, here we go. We got two. We got the annual catalog, which is the big fat one with all the supplies in it. And this is the new mini catalog. Great stuff for Easter, the new year. Great stuff. And we are going to be using a bunch of stuff in January, February, March, and April. So from the mini catalog, I'm going to focus on 5 sets in particular from this. Don't forget to join my stamp camp. It's for $45. It is 2 days. I'm actually, you know what? I think I'm going a little crazy. It was supposed to be like starting Friday afternoon, but you know what? I've started it like Friday morning. I've got so much stuff going on that it's kind of exploded from 8 cards to 9 projects. And then I just keep getting all these ideas. And you know what? Why not? So it's now almost a full 2-day event. You can use whatever you have, or you can purchase the items if you want to create with me. The 2-tone florets bundle, love it. Got some great ideas for that. Just comment below or check out one of the links. I'll place it somewhere. Anyways, if you would like a catalog, let me know. I can mail it out to you. And don't forget celebration, which means if you spend $60, you get a free item from here. $120, you get a free item from here, or two items at the $60 level, and etc. It breaks up into that. Also, starting this week, they have got a great starter kit deal. Join with me. We have a lot of fun. I have taken all of your suggestions. People have provided some great suggestions and questions that they'd like to find out in 2023. I have written them all down. I'm going to try and work them in as much as I can. I have a lot of great items for the team. If you are part of the team, keep an eye out in your mailbox because I am going to be placing some new activities for us to do. It's going to be lots of fun. So join with the starter kit with me if you live in Canada. So anywhere in Canada, it's great. And I'm going to show you, actually not now, but I'm going to do another live video after this on the best way to maximize your purchase of the starter kit. And there are some tips and suggestions and some strategies on how to do this. Now, you don't want to miss this because, you know, it's a great deal. If you are on the fence about wondering whether should I get the starter kit, I don't know, is it worth it? Is it, you know, is it one of those kind of things you get in and you get stuck with? I will answer all of those questions, and no, 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 and no. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Now, just announced on the Stampin' Up! Website, I was just blown away. Okay, I'm in love, okay? They have a new kit, a new little crafting kit. It doesn't have a stamp in it or ink. It's just kind of, you know, you pop out the little words and stuff like that, and you just put your cards together. And it's for $18. Oh my goodness, I have to buy this. I have to buy this. And it comes in German, which I think is awesome, so I can use for like my mom and my mom's German friends. It is a new kit coming out. Like, check out that. Look at the great colors on that. Okay, you know what? A printout on a piece of paper just does not do it justice. For $18, man, this is fantastic. Like, look at all the great little cards that you get. It's going to look fantastic. And look, these have little hearts in it. It's going to be great. I'm going to grab one of these. I love the color. Like, there's like swirls and little rainbows and stuff. I know, it's just not quite the same as seeing it in person. But I think it's a great deal for $18. I love, love, love the colors. So I'm going to grab that and see what we can make with that. Okay? So anyways, thank you to everybody that sent me some Christmas cards. I've got them all stacked, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make I'm going to actually make a scrapbook of all the Christmas cards that I got. It was fantastic. Oh my goodness. By the end, I was like, on some of them, I was just about to start bawling. So thank you very much. They really mean a lot to me. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready to get started for today's card. So I'm going to go through with what we're going to pull out of the kit that you got. Okay, so you need the white card base. Okay, so you got the white card base. You are going to need the red piece of paper. Okay, the red cardstock here. There is a piece of some basic white. That's a scrap piece that you're going to need. If you don't have this basic white, just grab a couple of scrap pieces. You are also going to need, I think I placed in, it's Old Olive. You're going to need the Old Olive cardstock. And don't forget, Stampin' Blends or something to color with. Okay. Black ink. Now, I'm using Cherry Cobbler because I want to match the cardstock. All right. And one of my favorite things, a blending brush. Anyways, love those. Make sure you got those. Okay. So, ooh, I forgot to mention, did you win? See, I got a little note here. Did you win? So in each package that you sign up for, say you get a Takeaway Tuesday package, in one package, I secretly place in a little surprise for you. So let me know if you win. Good luck. You might see an extra package of embellishments or something like that. So good luck on that. Check through, see if you win. While you're checking through or getting your items, I'm going to put you up on the camera mount. You will be using, I'm telling you, the cut and emboss machine. So you want that close by. Or just watch what we're doing and then do it afterwards, okay? So, with no further ado, let's get started. In the meantime, if I lose you between here and the camera mount, please just reload the video feed. So I'm going to carefully try and do this. So let's take a look. I found out that, whoops, it's like walking through a maze here. Whoop, there we go. You get to see a really good look of my place. All right, let's get up on the camera mount. Not too bad. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody. Okay. All right, so as I said, my name is Tina Kvergich, and I am known as Northern Stamper. If you have any questions, northernstamper@gmail.com. Okay, drop me an email, write a comment. So like I said, we are using the framed florets here today. I love this set. And oh, I have to show you blending brushes. So I had a friend come over and we were kind of just tooling around over the Christmas break. I was teaching her different items she wanted to learn, and one of them was I was taught her how to use the blending brushes. So one of them, we came up with this really super duper, like, isn't that great? Look at the blending brush color on this. I just grabbed a whole bunch of different inks, and oh my goodness, that turned out great. And this is an old mask, and I was just teaching her how to use it. So these came out. I just absolutely love these. I think they just need a little bit of ribbon and a sentiment, and then that's it. So if you live close by in the Durham area, or you want to drop by and visit me and do a crafting day, or you have questions and you want to learn, or you want to use my workshop, drop me an email or give me a call and I'll make it happen. I'm here to help you out. Anything like that. So you are always welcome in my craft room. So framed florets, let's get started. Okay, got to make sure I don't miss anybody. Okay, are we ready to go? So we have our card base. Okay, all right, we got that. Now, all right, got that. Here we go. What we're going to do is we are going to do some die cutting. All right, so what we need to do first is we are going to take the oval that has the little hearts in it. Okay, and we're going to place that on the red cardstock. And now if you look, the red cardstock should fit on your card base just like so. Now I have this already kind of held down. This is a piece of Post-it note, so it doesn't move or slide around. And what we're going to do is we're going to die cut out these with the little hearts. Okay, so I've already got it done so I don't shake the table too much. But what you're going to do is kind of place it in the middle and die cut it. So when it's done, let's take a look. Pull off the Post-it note. It is going to look like that. Isn't that fantastic? Like, look at those little hearts around. Very cute. Now, this is going to work on two different levels. So one, it kind of goes on the card like that. But we also need the little hearts to use our little blending brush. Okay? So we have die cut out the little hearts. The next item, what you need to do is you need to die cut out. So there's an oval with kind of like a hash mark around it. You want to get a piece of basic white cardstock and you want to cut out that oval. And what it's going to cut out is the edge around. See the edge around here? And then it's going to cut out this middle. Now we need to keep both pieces of this, okay? Both pieces we need to keep. Okay? So we want to make sure that we have both of those in there. So keep those, and we're going to do some work on this. Okay? While you're die cutting, I know it's a lot of die cutting, you're going to die cut out pieces of green. Okay? So you want some little leaf pieces, and you want to die cut those out too. So you want at least 2 pieces of the leaf from the old olive or pear pizzazz or whatever you have like that. Okay, so you're going to die cut it out, and you notice these little holes here, they're just little release holes, and you just kind of pop in your pick tool and it kind of pulls it out, and you just can lift underneath carefully. So there, whoop, look at that. I'm so excited, I'm throwing things around, and just pop these guys out. So those are the items that you want to die cut. So I know it seems like quite a bit, but I know. Okay, so we got that. those are die cut, and there will be another item that you'll die cut, but we've got to stamp that first and then die cut it out. All right. So are we ready to move on? I'm going to show you what we're going to do next, okay? What we need is this piece of red. Now, I'm not going to use the front to do this. I'm going to flip it over because it really doesn't matter. I'm going to do the back, okay? I'm going to use the back, all right, and the blending brush. So I'm going to take my little piece of that circle that we cut out. Remember, we cut that out? And I'm just going to kind of lay this down here a little bit so it doesn't move. Just a little bit, not a whole bunch. And I'm going to take my Cherry Cobbler ink and my blending brush. Okay, and I'm using the back of this. So I'm going to put some ink on my blending brush. Right, get that started. And all I'm going to do is just kind of go over with a little bit, and I'm moving it in different areas. So I'm going to lift, is see how the color is coming out, and I'm just going to color and lift. Don't shift the paper, okay? You don't want to shift the paper, and I'm just going to kind of do that in little areas. And I'm just kind of basically wanting to make some floating hearts in here. See how the hearts are coming up? And if I want them darker, I'll go back over and just add it. So I'm going to keep going. So I'm using the back. Nobody will ever know that I used the back on this. Okay. And let's see, is that enough? Maybe I want really dark up the middle. Okay. So let's go. I'm going to do one more. And I've got lots of ink on here. There we go. There we go. See how, ooh, that was pretty dark. I'll do a couple of more of those. I like that. Ooh, I think I'm getting a little crazy here. Oh, that's okay. All right, so I have my hearts all placed in there with my blending brush. I've used the back of that piece of paper. And because I have this out right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in the frame florets, and I'm going to use one of these sentiments. If there's not a sentiment in here that you like, that's okay. You know what? Use something else that you have. Let's see what here. Will this fit? Oh, look at that. It fits. I'm going to use that one that says, thank you with all my heart, because I'm using the hearts. All right. Place that on my block. Using my Memento black ink, I'm going to ink it up. Now, if there's not a sentiment on there that you want to use, definitely, you know what, look at all the stamp sets you have. And, oh my goodness, look at that. That turned out better than I thought it would, okay? I will lift that up so you can see. Wow, that's really nice. Look, check that out. Wow, that turned out really fantastic. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to put this off to the side. Okay, let's put that off to the side. Put this off to the side. Remember, it's over there, okay, just in case I ask. What we're going to do, because we are inking, I'm going to take this flower here. Whoop, there it goes, this flower here. And I am going to stamp it on a piece of scrap paper, which I have handy dandy close to me, right? Of course. There we go, handy dandy. Oh, I'm going to stamp a piece on here. And in black, now I'm going to use Memento black, because when you use the alcohol-based inks from the Stampin' Blends, you want something that is not going to kind of move around. You don't want it to fade too much. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to ink it up. And I'm just going to stamp it. Whoop. Now in this die set comes the dies that you can cut this out. So there you go. See how it goes like that? I'm going to die cut that flower out. So with the help of video, look at that. Oh, look, it just kind of did it. Isn't that amazing? It is amazing how that works. So see how it fits in? And all I have, it's left. So really, there's the before And there's the after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my colors and my Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to start off with the darkest color. I like to start off with the darkest color. And I'm going to just do a little bit in each flower where I think it would be the darkest around. Now I'm going to work one flower at a time. I don't want to do the whole flower and then go back, because just in case I won't be able to blend it very well. Okay, so now this is the light, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to color and blend. All right. Oops, kind of tough to see, but let me get this up for you. So there you go. You can see it's starting to blend. What is it with this? So there we go. It does have a little bit of a smell, but I don't know. I kind of like it. So I'm going to, there's the dark. I'm just going over it, and I'm pulling that color, and it is kind of blending it. So I'm going to go back over those spots that I have the dark, and because it's alcohol based, it will kind of move it together. Let's see. So there's one flower done. I don't know if you can tell. This doesn't quite seem to want to focus on it, but look, really close. Anyways, I'm going to finish up those flowers, okay, with the dark a little bit. Not too much. Now there is other tricks to do with Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to show that later in the year. Maybe I'll even do it this month because we're using this stamp set. Stampin' Blends, I've always liked coloring, and I love crayons, but I think Stampin' Blends are my next favorite from crayons, because it comes from when you're little. Comment below if you liked coloring too, like as a kid. I know we don't do it too much as an adult, but I really think we should, because they found some great benefits from just coloring. It's kind of like doing puzzles and stuff. Okay, so I've done my two flowers in the cherry cobbler. Now you can kind of see a little bit with the two-tone. Now I'm going to do the leaves, and look, I got three different colors here all together. I've got light soft succulent, I've got light granny apple green, and I've got old olive. Now you may think, why is she doing all those three? So what I'm going to do is a little bit of green on the leaves, right? Just a little bit, maybe along where the veins are. All right, so there's that with the, whoops, that is the old olive. I'm going to use the granny apple green. Now the granny apple green is a lot brighter, so I'm mixing it in. So make sure the alcohol with the Stampin' Blends gets mixed in, so it's not a very harsh line. And with alcohol markers, you can blend that in. So it gives a little bit of a color pop to it. It's not as dark as the old olive, but it gives a little bit. Because I use the old olive, it kind of gives a bit more of the shading. So I'm using the two different colors all together. Now I've got those colored in. Now I've got the soft succulent. I'm going to test it out here, and I'm just going to just touch it a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong end. That's the painting end. And oh, that's the painting end. And what happens is it just kind of blends down the granny apple, and I'm going to have to go over it again. So there we go, a little bit. It just has a little bit of a color. Actually, I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is, because you notice I didn't color the whole leaf. I just did a little bit here and there. Actually, let's do the inside of the flower, and because I got granny apple green, let's just do granny apple green on the inside. And this one too, why not? tone it down a bit. Who says the inside of a flower can't be green? So those are using the Stampin' Blends. I don't know if you can see, but it just kind of toned down the really bright of the Granny Apple, but I left a few pieces poking out. Looks fantastic. I love coloring. I just love coloring. Joan's not a fan of coloring. Oh my goodness. Joan, we got to change that. All right. So we got this cut out and colored. We have our circle. And there's this circle. There's that. Look, we got our another circle. This. Okay. And we have our card base. I'm just going to show you how it goes together. There's our card base. We have our leaves. There we go. Now the leaves go the same way. All I'm going to do is just flip it around. Really, honestly, in the long run, people can't really tell. And it goes on together like that. So that's how it kind of goes together. And you can kind of see, whoops. And the trick is for this is we're going to add in with dimensionals. We're going to be using a lot of dimensionals on this, okay? So what we're going to do, let's get our red. Now, some people ask me, why should I be getting the Takeaway Tuesday packages? It's because everything is already pre-cut for you, and everything will definitely match, and it will look pretty well close to what we're making. So for $19, you want to grab the package. Let's go. And I'm just going to put those dimensionals on there. So it adds a little bit of depth. You can't quite tell. If it was flat, you definitely see the white, but with the dimensionals, it's just a little bit of height. And as the light hits it, it gives a bit of like a shadow. You can't quite tell, but it does give a bit of a shadow. Okay, so that's what I did with this. With the circle, so our sentiment that we've done, I'm going to actually, hey look, there's a piece of that thing there. I'm going to place this right in the center, and it's flat down. Okay, so that is going to be flat down. I'm going to take this other piece, and I'm going to get my dimensionals, or if I have the tiny dimensionals. You know what? Whenever you want something, it's never there, right? I want the tiny dimensionals. Do I have, really? Usually that's all I ever pick up is tiny dimensionals. Oh, you've got to be kidding. I'm going to cut some of these off, or cut them in half, and I'm going to put them on the back of this. Ooh, it needs to be really tiny. On the back of my oval. So this will pop up. Okay. There we go. Going around here. Murphy's Law. When you're looking for something, it's never there. Okay. There we go. A little bit more. Let's get another dimensional. Cut that in half. And keep going all the way around. There you go. Got that off. And I'm going to add that on top. Actually, I think I'm going to take off these little pieces so that, just in case. Oh, now it's stuck to me. All right. So the dimensionals will be kind of popping up. So that is in the middle, is a little lower. You can see a bit of a shadow. Now I'm going to add my little, oh, look at that. It's lovely. Gonna add my leaves. Now I'm just gonna tape them down because this is actually going to be under the flower, so no big deal. Okay. Tape these down because I don't want them to go anywhere. They're definitely not going anywhere. Okay. And dimensionals, where'd you go? That is going to sit on top. We're going to pop this up. And because I have it laying on the oval that has dimensionals, I want to straddle that with my dimensional. So I'm going to put a dimensional on the top and the bottom, not along the middle, so that when I put it down, it's going to straddle that frame that already has the dimensionals, and it will look like it's laying flat. See? Oh my gosh, why is this coming together? Looking fantastic. And the last bit we need to add is some gems. Let's just add a couple of gems in here. Okay. Oh, I jumped. Oh, there we go. Add a couple of gems. Put one down here. There we go. And really, if you want to finish it up, you can add some Wink of Stella. Just be careful to dab, not paint. You want to dab with Wink of Stella. All right? I'm going to do some dabbing because you don't want the color to bleed out in any way. So make sure that you're just dabbing your Wink of Stella. Okay? So this is kind of a great little Valentine's card. Oh my goodness! I will take a picture so it's not so fuzzy. Oh, what do you think of that? Fantastic. So don't forget, I will be coming on a little later today to talk about the starter kit. I'll do a live and answer any questions that you have. So hold on, I want to say a proper goodbye. One sec. Don't run away. Take a really good look at that card. Woo-hoo! There we go. I know, it's a bit of a ride, huh? It's like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride from Disney. So anyways, don't forget to check out, I'm going to do a live video about the starter kit. If you want to get the starter kit, let me know. Drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com. I got some great suggestions for you to make the most of your money. There is a way to do it. There's a strategy, and I'll help you along the way. Next week, we are going to be making another great card using the frame florets. Hope you have it. And if you do make this card today, please post it. I'd love to see how yours turned out compared to mine. Anyways, I hope you have a lovely day. Don't forget 2023, we will be doing a lot of crafting. We're going to have a lot of fun. Join me in the community group where I'm going to have more activities this year. So anyways, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Toodles!